everybody. My name is Rosanne Gulisano, and I am a writer of memoir. I have been doing this for about 20 years, not writing my own, although that's part of it, but I started out doing it as a hobby with a bunch of ladies from another town that I got together with once a month, and we would write and share stories. I then came to start a memoir writing group in a ladies' club that I was in, and that's been going on here for about 18 years. That was up in Chicago area where I'm from. Some of those ladies have spread the word, and we've got memoir groups now in Florida, in Kentucky, and in Texas, and here in Alabama with the Newcomers Club. So, as I said, I started out writing as a hobby, and then was asked to do a presentation for a club, which I did, and then a church group, which I did. And so I started doing this for senior centers, for libraries, for park district groups, in senior residences, and spreading the word about the importance of writing your own life story. I also do ghostwriting. I have done that. I'm working on my 9th book now for people who don't care to write for themselves. They either don't have the time or don't feel they have the skill to do that. So I've done those. And I have written a book with my own name as an author, and that is called From Intention to Reality. And it's basically a book about how to get started writing your own life story. I have not ever put it out on Facebook. It's a self-published book, not very long and very much to the point. And many people have said it's simple, it's easy, and it got me started. So I usually bring it with me to my classes. I've done classes here with the Eastern Shore Lifelong Learning, which I seriously hope we can get back to again in the fall, and taught memoir writing classes and a creative writing class as well. So I would like to emphasize the importance of memoir writing and do just a little bit of reading from the introduction to my book. How priceless is our connection to the past. How wonderful to feel you knew your grandparents or great-grandparents in a close and personal way. By writing your stories, you will be a flesh and blood person to those who come after you. The stories of your life can entertain, guide, direct, and point the way. In our information age today, here in the 21st century, we find ourselves more and more sated with information, but starving for wisdom. One way of gaining such wisdom is by looking at the past and repeating the endeavors that worked well while avoiding those that did not. George Santayana said, "Those who do not remember the past are condemned to repeat it." Give your descendants the opportunity to know you as a person. Perhaps you can create a bridge across a generation or two. Everyone's, quote, unremarkable life is inspirational to his or her future generations. Do you know anything at all about your great-grandparents? Think about this. It's a key reason for writing those memories down. Without a written account by a family member, ancestors can be forgotten in 2 generations. They are noted only on the family tree, year born, married, and died. Boring stuff indeed. Wouldn't we all like to know more about these people? What did they do for a living? What sort of home did they live in? What did they cook? How did they dress? How did they feel and react as they lived through historic events? I'm urging you to consider writing down your life stories in your generations, your future generations. Whether or not they tell you this now, we'll be glad to get it at some point. When we lose a loved one, when we lose one of our forebears, it's an old African proverb that when an old person dies, a library burns to the ground. So don't take all your stories with you, write them down, and even if it's just a few pages stuck in a dresser drawer, somebody will find it and they will absolutely treasure it. I can't help but urge you to do that. And I would love to help you if you have questions about writing your life story or you want to get a hold of a copy of the book. My contact information is lifestories10@aol.com, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. Thanks for listening.